This week, the field of play is the tiled area at the bottom of the stairs, and that belongs to the athletes and the athletes only. Please do not enter the field of play for any reason. As a reminder, BowlTV.com is the exclusive live streaming home of the PWBA. Please do not live stream from your personal devices. Ladies, your arrows are up. You almost all have a full set of pins. Thank you, lanes 27. All right, how about a great big send-off for the final round of the 2019 USBC qualifying. Good luck, ladies.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Come on, Lionel. Lionel Richie to start your morning off on a Saturday. That's all I'm going to give you, too, because anything else, if I continue on, that would be just downright horrible. Good morning. Hope all of you are doing wonderful on a Saturday morning. The jinx continues for me. I sit down and Sid the Kid throws one in the channel. I just can't get away from it. I'm sorry, Sid. I apologize. My name is Emil Williams Jr. If you are new to Bowl TV, if you are not new to Bowl TV, welcome. Even if you're new, welcome as well. This is day number 3. C squad on the lanes, on the fresh. Squads will go C, A, and B. The acronym of a former rideshare situation that is no longer people's first preferred methods anymore. Oh, I'm coming in hot today. We've got Brandy Branca, Sydney Brummett, as we talked about, and Rosine Marsh. Heather DeRico, Adele Warner with the first 5 for Adele from Vanderbilt, Rachel Albright, former All-American at Ursuline College, and Allie Tatro, former Wichita State Shocker, and Brummett back on track on the right lane. Good morning, Brandon, Michael, Troy, Brenda, Cindy, Misty, Dora, Lester, Nate, Don, Gloria, Clarissa. Let's see if Sean reached back out. He did not. Joan and Robert. Tammy, thank you for tuning in. This is USBC Queens action. Please check out the rest of Bowl TV. There are numerous channels with instructional content, entertaining content such as podcasts on our Backstage channel. If you like robots who try to shoot 900, I encourage you to check out Earl's Journey to 900 on the Backstage channel. We've got the Out of Range podcast with Tony Franklin, Matt McFadden, and Derek Hartnell. That's on Backstage. The Bowl TV Central podcast, also there as well. In fact, a really cool post-Hall of Fame, PWBA Hall of Fame, that is, podcast led by Carolyn Doran Ballard, featuring Wendy McPherson and Leanne Holsenberg, who were inducted on Wednesday night of this week. So be sure to check that out. That is literally just unfiltered gold right there. Rehashing a few stories, talking about some serious items in regards to careers and Hall of Fames, and definitely check that out on the Backstage channel. We have blogs. We've got the lab for some instructional. We've got coaching with Rod Ross, Team USA head coach. Also USBC Gold coach. Lou Marquez handles the pro shop at the International Training and Research Center. Also a USBC Gold coach. And Stephen Padilla, who is the director of coaching at the USBC. So after you check out some Queens live events today, be sure to peruse the rest of the site. And again, thank you for your support of Bowl TV. This is the final day of qualifying. We've completed 10 games over 2 days. 3 squads a day. And now this C squad, there will be some players who will try to set themselves up to get a spot into match play. For those who may end up being either the number right in front of it, right below it, well, it could be a tough few hours. It's a long time to wait. But that certainly will happen. It's just about inevitable. But that's part of the process of what we do. Hopefully not a tie, essentially. There won't be too many ties. And if there are, we'll see what happens tonight. So 5 games today. Fresh lane condition, 39 feet, 26.9 milliliters. Again, this is day 3. And at this point, the pattern is laid down twice per day. That did not include practice, which you get was 3 of applications. I'm referring to the practice day. And as many players and reps tend to say that as you move forward in the week, pattern starts to play, truer, a little tighter, flatter, etc. So we'll see how it goes here this morning. Wanted to make sure I had the proper pronunciation of Rosine's name. It is Marshke. 1, because I did not know how to pronounce it, and 2, because the front of her jersey spells Chicago, and if you got that on your chest, man, you're always golden with me. Just a very small blip in the radar for Sydney Brummett in that 6th frame. She is followed with 3 in a row. Her parents are here. Always good to see Mr. and Mrs. Brummett. Very supportive of Sydney in both her collegiate days when I first saw them, and now certainly on the professional scene as Sydney travels the country. They try to get to a few when they can, and generally they tend to bring treats with them as well. Mrs. Brummett makes a mean snickerdoodle. Adele now with 6 out of 7 to begin things. Carrie Smith is back at it here. She's at plus 90 coming into today, and just had a 5-bagger end at the hands of a 3-pin on 25 and 26. Brandy Branca struggled a little bit here this game. Gets to 161 here on the fresh. This is Brandy's second event. She's always super busy. Last year she was in multiple weddings, like as part of generally the wedding party. And so she missed a few events because of that. And Brummett will leave a 9-pin, broke down the 4-9. But Brandy now needed to plan her own wedding. Recently engaged. A lot of cool things happening on the PWBA Tour in folks' personal lives, which is awesome. Ali Tatro has come to play. Yesterday, she made up a lot of pins to get to plus 42 and give herself an opportunity to advance to match play. Del Warner not messing around here. Hello, Jennifer and Alyssa and Melody. We'll run through our leaderboard. But the leader right now is bowling on the squad. And that is Giselle Poss. She's actually on 31 and 32. And off to a slow start, 154 for Giselle. She went plus 280 yesterday during the burn squad. Plus 280, which included a 300 in the final game. To get to plus 310 overall. Again, she comes out the gates today with 154. Obviously going to drop that number down a little bit, but just impressive bowling yesterday from young Giselle. 210 for Brummett, 185 for Marshke. And game one is complete on 27 and 28. Shannon Sellens also on this squad and has continued to bowl well. Very consistent and has gotten better actually. On the fresh, she went plus 108 on Thursday night. Yesterday on the burn, she went plus 187. So clearly Shannon has had the game plan work in both situations. So I would expect a continuation. For all general speaking, of course, because you never quite know how things will play out each time you shoe up. What pairs you go to, who you're following. Because, it's moving day, so those who feel that, they may need to take a few extra risks and do something different, maybe that they haven't normally done or haven't done to this point, that could be in play, which could be a domino or trickle-down effect for everyone else. Tatro gets a break. Familiar with Ali? Maiden name is iJams, which was a really cool last name. But I'm not going to blame Kevin Tatro for the young love that they have. So shout out to Kevin Tatro. Well, I saw him yesterday or 2 days ago. Good to see him. Hadn't seen him in a while. Ali and Kevin, former Wichita State Shockers. Gotta love the young love, right? This coffee must really be working. It's only game one. I gotta pace it. Defending champion Shannon O'Keefe also on the squad. And she will open up with a 230 plus game. She's got a 7 pin to take care of. So one spare away from 233. She came in today at plus 168. Yeah, fans, I know. Wow. Mike Donahue is making an appearance. I just got to shut the chat down. I mean, wow. What's up, Mike? That's a good person in the chat, folks. Mr. Donahue doing his thing. I hope the family is doing well. Sir, let's touch base in the near future. $188 for Albright, 202 for Dorico, who is having a nice weekend so far. Will she get one more break? Oh, the 9-pin was going to go, but in the rare situation, the pin actually stopped it from going. Not sure what pin it was. Stephanie Johnson. Thanks, Alex. 279 to open up competition today. Steph looking to get back to a major television show. She was on 3 of the 4 major TV shows last year. Speaking of Stephanie Johnson, open frame there for Tatro. 197. Warner already with 1 in the 10th. Make it 2. In regards to the coffee, I did have a little. Been experimenting. I'm still in the novice category, and most of the time I understand why, because I tend to make terrible choices with coffee. And I go, wow, this is why I don't drink coffee. It's just not that good. But it has its effects. It works. It's like taking the terrible cough medicine when you're a kid. It tastes horrible, but it works. So you got to take it. Nice game for Warner. 255. And game 1 is complete. So a few high games that we know of throughout the building. A couple low games, as you would expect, on the fresh. But Carrie Smith looks really strong. And she's on her way to 250 plus. She's in the 240s now. I've said her name a few times already this week. If you're taking kind of notes and you jot a few names down of people to watch out for in match play, you should put Carrie Smith on your list. I think I've mentioned before that this condition and where players, for some, must play to score. For most, I should say, and for those who can get around it a little bit, with some rev rate and not cover too many boards. That tends to work for those who can do it well. But Carrie Smith literally is playing her A game to a T, and it's fun to watch. Brandon, I forgot all about that. That's a good point, which I knew, but I wasn't even in the coffee mode at that point, so I'm going to do that. I know right who to go to as well. Stephanie Johnson shot 279, as we mentioned. She's going to be on our featured pairs here in game number 2. So we'll get to see Steph in action. Let's see if she can continue her early success here on the Fresh. This is day number 3. Moving day. We will know our 64 players at the end of the night. Still 3 squads. C, A, B. That's our order for the day. So when we come back, we'll take a look at the scores entering today. We'll see what the cut number was entering today. And then we'll watch game 2. Back in a moment with you. This is the USBC Queens. My name is Emil Williams Jr. here on Bowl TV. Bowling lives here.
Focus on your bowling. Fuck the rest of it. We'll deal with it later. Just think about your bowling, nothing else. Okay?
Game 2 underway. Here on Bowl TV. Again, Game 2. C Squad, this is day 3, round 3. A shot there from Torres. Right up the lane at the 3.69.10. That's pretty impressive to do. Cindy Poletsky, Brittany Brown, Stephanie Johnson, and the aforementioned Brittany Torres, Jen Holkersack, Courtney Ermish, Tracy Ball, and Pamela Alvarez on 29 and 30. Nice shot there from Brittany Brown, one of the talented young collegiate players we've noted this week. Brown at plus 25 at the moment. Here's Stephanie Johnson. Steph coming off 279 game 1. Good combo in the chat, or a good question from Brandon. Those who are in the chat currently and talking about any guesses on what the cut number might be. Brown, that's got a hook. Wow. Somebody able to get the 10 out right there. There's Kristen Nieder over to our left. If you joined me last night, you heard a little bit of Kristen Nieder. All right. Let's get into some quick scores. Before we do that, though, again, coming into today, plus 310 was leading, and the cut number was plus 39. So after one game of competition here this morning, Shannon Sellens now at plus 309. And Giselle lost some pins after opening with 154. However, Carrie Smith shot 258. She is now at plus 248. Post at plus 264. Stephanie Johnson at plus 277. And the cut number, as we move along, at plus 29, already dropped by 10 pins. There's Courtney Ermish. Ermish at plus 10. I thought today if you came in around even, you would give yourself an opportunity to advance to the top 64. We may see someone that will have a block like a Poss or Liz Johnson, who went plus 230 yesterday. Nice shot there for Alvarez. It could be Pamela. She watched that one just walk into the 1-3. Excellent shot there for Steph J. Looks like she's got a little surface on that piece of equipment. Shannon Sellens is to our left. And Sellens started spare 4-bagger. Now a 10-pin to deal with. She's on the left side of your screen. Shauna Strauss received 300 range. She shot 300 at team trials, I believe. That presentation was yesterday. Taylor Boltice at plus 22. Spare strike, spare 3-bagger for Boltice. This pattern has presented its fair share of challenges, but it's also kind of done a good job of telling you where to play. And what I mean by that is if you look around, and especially at this point, it's day 3, and so the players have a good idea of what has worked and what hasn't. So this is at a point, and again, it could be different for those who feel like they just need to take a major risk. But even if you feel you're in that boat, there's only so far you can go on the lane that will give you the best opportunity to score. It's one of those, if 80% of the players, 85%, are in one area of the lane and having some success, and you're in the 15% that decides you're going to try to do your own thing and hope it works. Sometimes that's not the time to divert from what could work. Now, there are the cases where, I think, if you bowled at any point in your life, you probably figured out something that worked and really no one else could do. And that does happen. But here it's almost to your advantage if you kind of are in an area where the majority are, because as the day opens up, or as the day goes on, it should work to your advantage. And if you're someone who likes to move left a little bit, and you started right, and you can kind of inch it on left just a little bit, just enough to feel comfortable, that should help you. And the other intangibles of execution and throwing it the same every time. All those things then can fall on the player. Kristen Nieder over there fighting at plus 35. She joined me last night for most of game 4 in the evening block. Kristen told a really cool story about the 1994 U.S. Open. She was fresh out of college, went to Ohio State, bowled the U.S. Women's Open, made the cut, and had a cross with Wendy McPherson, who she saw this week at the Hall of Fame ceremony. The PWBA Hall of Fame shared that moment and was able to relive it. Pretty cool experience. Brittany Brown. Wow. You may have heard her say that was 10 more than she thought. Congratulations, Melody. I just looked at the chat. You've got yourself a new high game. That is excellent news. Steph J right now having a good convo with Sean Ryan, the Central Florida connection, or Team EBI. They bowled collegiately at that university. Steph trying to finish strong here after opening with 279 in game 1. The Greek Church. For some reason, I don't think it was a Greek Church. Might have been the 3-4, 6-7-10. Either way, it was not good. And I'm sure she would like a couple of things to happen here. A, guarantee herself at least a mark. And then B, that would allow her to get a fill. And so if necessary, she could try something else. a good look at where Steph is on the approach. That looks solid, and it is. 10-pin won't go, though. Great shot there. That's been right where Steph's playing, and some have been even a few boards right where Steph's ball path crossed the arrows. But that, for the most part, has been the key to success. Four-bagger for Brittany Brown. Brittany has she has utilized her breaks well, which is what you certainly want to do. The shots that may have been a touch right or she's gotten away with, she's been able to turn those into three-baggers. Like she has here, now a four-bagger earlier with a double. Every shot crucial at this point of the tournament. Not to say that the previous 2 days worth of shots were not, because they all are. But you can see it on the players' faces and the emotions that some are showing here early. But it's just now 9 a.m. Central Time. We've already had a lot of players showing you how important today is. Hello, Alan. Terry up early this morning, 10 a.m. Eastern in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So Steph accomplished the goal there. Makes a ball change on the fill shot. That one went through the pins the way she was certainly looking for. 198, she'll take that. Sellen's got a nice break there. And no matter what happens today, Sellens is going to be in the top 64. Really, it's just a matter of is she going to be a top 10 seed, and it looks like she certainly is going to maintain that pace. All right, Cindy with a nice break. Rolling the four. Tracy Ball. All right, since the sixth frame there, Tracy had a little miscue. She has thrown 3 in a row. .245 for Shannon Sellens, and she just continues her run here. It's very possible that after today, Sellens could be the #1 overall seed for match play. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen a 7-9 fall that way in that fashion. And game number 3. Game 3, we will be joined by Bjerget Poplar and Laura Clevenger on 27 and 28. We'll also have Brianna Cote and Katie Thornton. By the way, if you were listening to me last night, and I mentioned that Katie Thornton looked like she was wearing a jersey that resembled the Packers. I regret to inform you that that was indeed the case. And she offered to have some conversations with me about it. I declined. We're still cool, though. So it should be a very good cross here on game 3. Again, Bjerget Poplar, Laura Clevenger, Brianna Cote, and Katie Thornton. Then on 29 and 30, Stephanie Dennis will join us along with New Wei Finn and Jennifer Fitz of Douglasville, Pennsylvania. All right, Ermish got some work to do now. At 160 drops it to -30. Okersack shoots 205, ball 172, and Alvarez 199. Have you been tuning in to Bowl TV? Some of you certainly have. In fact, many of you have done so, and of course you're doing it now. And if you want some inside analysis on the latest happenings in the bowling world, you need to listen in to Bowl TV Central, where the Bowl TV crew recaps and previews some of the biggest events in bowling. Again, that is the Bowl TV Central podcast. And when it's PWBA season, it's a little bit of a mix of PWBA on the road. In fact, the Bowl TV Central podcast was taken over by the PWBA Hall of Fame earlier this week. You'll want to check that out as Carolyn Doran-Ballard sat down with newly inducted Hall of Famers Wendy McPherson, Leanne Holstenberg. 3 great players, 3 great friends, and it was a pretty cool opportunity to just really sit and listen. So I encourage you to check that out. Again, that's on the Backstage channel. They did it right after the Hall of Fame ceremony. I'm talking about just, get the video. Let's go ahead and do it. And it turned out very well. Again, Poplar, Clevenger, Cote, and Thornton. I will say that Katie's jersey today is pretty cool. Full of sunflowers. I'm okay with that one. Poplar came into today as the 64th player in the standings at plus 39. Right now has dropped 40 pins and now is -1 overall. Brianna Cote has already added 40 pins to her total. This event was part of a very nice turnaround for Cote. She was at the time coming off the qualifying as the #1 seed for the Fountain Valley Open in 2018. Ended up finishing second to Danielle McEwen. And she was the top seed here at the USBC Queens last year before falling to Shannon O'Keefe in the title match. Amanda Falco we had on during game number 5 of last night's squad. -71 is through a couple of great shots. See if she can make a run at the cut number. Saturday morning, bowling center starting to fill up. In North Rock's history of hosting events, certainly experienced and what it takes to host a major event. Coach A went through a lot of changes in 2017. After a season that saw her win her first PWBA title, which was the Lexington Open in 2016. Wasn't feeling right physically in regards to her physical game. Wasn't seeing the proper motion or shape that she was looking for or felt that she could compete best with. Ends up going from 15 pounds to 14 pounds in regards to ball weight in an effort to get just a touch more on the back. You see her ball really shape the lane down lane. That's what she was looking for. Ends up making a brand change as well. Had some success with the first few changes as far as dropping weight at near the end of the season. 2017 missed the Tour Championship. Then comes a brand change in 2018 prior to the season. And all of the changes and everything that you put into it, all of the practice to kind of start to feel like yourself again, all of the reps. And she had a fantastic season, which included a win at the Go Bowling 10K Challenge. That was held in Orlando prior to the U.S. Women's Open beginning. Oh, that's got a hook. That one was quick and right early for Cote. And that's the one thing certainly you can't do. There's a few things. You know, getting too left too early. The pattern's so flat in the middle that trying to get your ball to the right side of the head pin through that flat part of the lane is extremely difficult. And of course, if you are playing right, and if you get it there just a touch early, there could be trouble. She'll get the count. On the flip side, Poplar with a tough break, leaving the 4-10. That ball just crept high. Catherine Rothsthorn with a 4-bagger. She's at minus 73 from Lewiston, Idaho. Open frame for Poplar. Orton has started with the front 4. And a 2-pin there for Katie. Just missed the round of 12 last week in Lincoln. And the head coach at Savannah College of Art and Design in Savannah, Georgia. She, along with former teammate at Weber International, Verity Crawley. Of course, a touring player on the PWBA. Make up the coaching staff. Verity, an assistant to Katie. Katie Ann Schroeder on 31 and 32 at plus 142. Having a good day so far. And Cote back on track. Good morning to Ray, Chris, and Brian. And a player dropping by saying hello from SCAD, Rebecca Comey. Also from Australia. Australia's been well represented, I feel, this week. Not only in the chat, but we've got a couple players from Australia bowling this week. Rebecca Martin, Rebecca Whiting. We saw Carol Giannotti watching her best friend get inducted into the PWBA Hall of Fame on Wednesday. Best friend is Wendy McPherson. started with 192 players this week. $64 per squad. If our numbers are correct, again, 16 countries represented this week, including the United States. Well, that right lane. So to not be kind here to Cote. Countries represented. Let's see, Malaysia, Mexico, Latvia, Australia, Colombia, Indonesia, Germany, Poland, Singapore, let's see, Venezuela, Brazil, Almiguera is here this week from the Dominican Republic. England, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Well, Laura Clevenger is going to give herself an opportunity. If she can finish this game, I think it starts here for her. She's got a really good look. Throws it pretty well, too. An early four-bagger after 3 consecutive spares. I mentioned yesterday, rather the day before, but she was at the opening event this season in Cleveland. Left lane, no issues for Cote in these last 4 frames. After a couple of games, let's take a look here at your scores. Sellens is now at plus 354. Plus 354 for Shannon Sellens. Stephanie Johnson at plus 275. Shannon O'Keefe at plus 258. O'Keefe has gone 233, 257 to open up competition here in day number 3. Carrie Smith, 258, 203. She's at plus 251. Poss struggling a little bit on the fresh, 154, 186. Now down to plus 250. Nasty 9-pin there for Way. Thornton. This time she gets a break on the 9. Katie could be looking at negative single digits if she could finish this game. Tiff, hello, how are you? Hope all is well. I did mention Canada. Let's check live scoring. Ali Tatro went gutter 9 on lane 12 for 11 and 12, and has rattled off 6 in a row after. At the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Colombia's Angie Ramirez Perea. She will close out the rest of our morning squad here with me here on Bowl TV. So, if you have any potential questions for Angie, be sure to keep those in mind, and when she is on board, we'll ask her a couple. I'm curious what Bree is seeing here on this right lane, because it is given the fits right now. Cote gets the finish on the lane that has been pretty solid for her. Let's see if she can double up here. That's one. No issues on that left lane. You see it all the time, too, on tour. Sometimes, and we've probably all experienced it, you know, one lane is just so troublesome. You try to make every adjustment. You feel like you've done a decent job of it. As Way gets to 194. It's a big block or a big game for her. It doesn't lose much. Only falls to plus 100. Jen Fitz shoots 200. And Stephanie Dennis 170. Poplar, that's got a hook. It does, but she wraps the 6 dead on around the 10. And Bierget now with just 2 games left to try to gain some pins. She can get it done, certainly. But you hate to just have to work that hard. Big double there for Cote. Lori Schmidt, Andrea Petraglia, and Catherine Rothstorn coming up on 29 and 30. Clevenger may have just gotten a touch quick there. That one never really had a chance to read the lane. She leaves at 2-4-10. Katie Thornton already with the first in the 10th. And get to -6 potentially. And she just buries some shots. All right, a strike away from 279. And could be at -6 with 2 games left. Nice game. 279. That brings Katie's score to -6. And again, with 2 games left. You never know what 230 might get you. I gotta think that's got to be the mindset. One thing about this week, the bowling wise, it has gone pretty quick. So you look up and all of a sudden it's game 4. And while certainly the time has been nice, I'm sure, for the players, and having some downtime to do some things in the competition portion, all of a sudden it's I don't have 3 more games to try to make a run here. I've only got 2 or 4 or 5 or whatever it may be. So in this case, as we move to game number 4, on a standard event, there'd be 4 more games. If this was the U.S. Women's Open, for example, there'd be additional games as well. That's the second 279 of the day that we know of. Stephanie Johnson has shot one, and now Katie Thornton. 27 and 28 will feature Juliana Rincon, Tiffany Morris, Samantha Knight, and Stephanie Martins. Just talked about Lori Schmidt. Here's Petraglia. Nice shot there for Andrea when she's been near the 1-3. Generally, it's been really good results. The ball has gone through the pins so well in the times that we have seen her come across our featured lanes. Right now at plus 56 overall. I'm not sure certainly where that cut number is going to go. Up, down, but she's in a good position with a couple games left to try to ensure a spot. Get a number that's high enough to where, unless the scores just get immense, which Burn Squad was very good yesterday. But all you can do is, as you hear all the players say, put yourself in position. We got a couple lulls across the house as some finishing up game 3. Some are in game 4 already. All right, 27-28. Ready for bowling. What's everyone got planned for their Saturday? Any summer leagues happening? Any plans to see a movie? Maybe doing some gardening, some housework. Maybe you're gonna get the lawn situated. Maybe you've got to take the kids to 5 or 6 different places for various competitions and recitals, athletics, etc. Maybe you work so hard this week that you're going to do nothing, which also is more than acceptable. Let me know in the chat. That's a pretty full day, Melody. But I like it. All right, a look across the house, and everyone is into game number 4. There's some pretty cool stuff, as we can see here in the chat. Again, Melody's working now. It's going to grab the pup from the vet. Hope all is well there. The workout and hit the pool. Okay. And watch bowling with cool beverages. That works too. Nice shot for Rincon. And Juliana Rincon, Tiffany Morris, Samantha Knight, and Stephanie Martins on 27 and 28. Chris is throwing shots already. Somebody's going to brunch, though. House cleaning, some work, and bowling, and his quote-unquote first-place Dodgers. Goodness. Let me know when you win that World Series, Chris. Then we'll talk about your first-place Dodgers. Brian's got a couple feeds going. He's watching the Queens here, and then he's also watching the Canadian team trials. Good luck to all of the players looking to represent Canada. Robert is watching from DFW. Waiting for the next squad of the DFW Open. Robert, where is that event at? Very curious. Ryan is packing for Vegas, or will be. Hopefully, you're going to bowl the Open Championships. If you are, good luck. If not, good luck anyway. May you come back with a few more dollar signs than you left with, or than you came with. On the flip side, hopefully you don't leave with less than you came with. Alyssa already ran a 5K. Wow, it's 9:55 Central. What time did you get up this morning, Alyssa? I commend you. That's on my bucket list, to run a 5K. There is some training involved in that. Doing laundry, I should be doing that too. Congratulations to your goddaughter Brenda for graduating. Is it college or high school? Our own Jason Thomas has got a graduation party to attend pretty soon. The first will be graduating from high school. That's pretty cool. Shayna Ung to our left at plus 148 overall. Began with the front 5, 9 spare in the 6th. Strike in the 7th and another 10 pin here in the 8th. She takes care of it. Shayna trying to make sure she's good to go for extended play this week. Mark Pruitt is watching, checking in. Good more. Awesome, Brenda. I love that, Alyssa. Nicely done. Mark's is waiting for the Indy 500 qualifying to begin. Yet another sporting event that I didn't know was happening. I only knew that golf was happening this week because of Bruce Koepka setting records. The 66 Mustang, Mark. That's pretty impressive. By the way, Mark, did you receive your prize, your Bowl TV prize? So Petraglia with 2:36 left. Again, 2 games left for this squad in particular to try to make some noise and solidify a spot. I always wonder, and I'm trying to think of how I would kind of react to if I had to bowl early. Hopefully put a number up that's going to get me through to match play. But what am I going to do? What would I do for the next however many hours, basically? The next 12 hours. How would I handle the emotional toll? Would I watch live stream? I don't think I would. But I'd also have to make sure that I'm aware somewhat, just in case I need to be back for a tie type situation. .200 for Laurie Schmidt. Rolf Zorn shoots a 176, and now big 10th frame coming up here for Andrea Petraglia. A mark here, and that certainly is going to put her in the 2 teens, but when you're at the number she's at, again, you have no idea what's going to happen. In regards to the cut, you want to get as many as you can. What nearly was a 2-7. It's turned into just a 7-pin. All right, C squad again after now 13 complete games. Sellens at plus 326. Shannon O'Keefe at plus 282. She's gone 7-14 for the first 3 today. Speaking of O'Keefe, Stephanie Johnson at plus 277. Katie Ann Sop-Schroeder has gone plus 96 for her 3 games. She's up to plus 178. Petraglia holds on just enough to make the 7-pin. And she will continue on with plus numbers. Shayna Ong just shot 248. So her number will be moving up after some moderate struggles here early on at minus 42 after 3 games. Federico has gone 60 over for her 3 so far. The cut number at the moment after 3 complete games on the C squad is plus 35. And that was Sydney Brummett, who is bowling this squad. Taylor Boltice is around the number at plus 40. She too is bowling right now, as is Adele Warner. Missy Parkin at plus 44 is bowling currently, as is Kristen Nieder at plus 52. Rocio Restrepo right now is, again, after 3 games outside the number at plus 29, first one out. Rachel Albright at plus 24 bowling the squad. Mentioned Katie Thornton getting to minus 6. And Thornton has the front 4 here in game number 4. You can watch her on 31 and 32. Couple of players to keep an eye on when they hit the lanes later today. See, Sarah Willie will be bowling next on the Burn squad. She is at plus 29. Ileana Lomelli is at plus 8. Kayla Crawford at plus 1. Azeret Zetter at minus 11. Johanna Puentes at minus 12. Alicia Current at minus 15. Those are a few players that are outside the number. Well, here is Rincon stepping up in the 8th frame. We just talked about Rocio. We'll get a chance to see her in game number 5. And Ro's going to need a big game. She's got some support behind her and has all week. as Tiffany Morris looking for 3 in a row. We'll keep our eyes on Katie Thornton, and as soon as we look over, Thornton with a split on 32. Again, trying to make a move and a run toward the number. Valerie's got another good day planned. She's watching the Queen. She's going to bowl an event. And then she's got a birthday party to attend tonight. I like those plans. Sounds like Steven's going to be here. He's getting ready for the noon squat. So either going to be here in person or you're just going to get ready to watch online. Either one is acceptable. Must have had a small delay. I mentioned that lull earlier. Everyone tends to, or seemingly, kind of get to the end of game 4 just about at the same time. I mentioned a little earlier that Angie Ramirez will be here, and she will join us in the final game. It's a tad dark outside. Supposed to get a little rain here in the area. Night with a 4-7-10 here in the 10th frame, and for Samantha, certainly at the wrong time at -1. Right where you need to be to still give yourself a significant chance. And now just makes game number 5 for her that much more important. 4-bagger for Rincon. Rich, you'll want to check out bowl.com/queens or pwba.com/live for all of your results and information. Pairings, rosters, everything you need is there in either of those places. Even live scoring. Can hear a little of the thunder rolling, I think, here in the building. Well, 154 for Samantha Knight. Stephanie Martins was in contention as well. Again, both of these players going to need a big game and some help. No problem, Laura. I think it's important for, for everyone involved, whoever is bowling. Yeah, you can watch and see and get to kind of understand where everyone is based on reactions and expressions and whatnot. And while you're not bowling well, but you can clearly see that you were still trying to enjoy the event. And the reactions that you and your husband were having were pretty funny. And so not everyone takes it the same how they bowl and those things. So kudos to you, and thanks for bowling and wanting to give that a try, because that's really the first step to be able to even step out and compete in an event like this, which can be intimidating. Obviously, the best players in the world are competing, and you have made the effort to kind of see where you are, where you stand, and perhaps what you need to work on. And then you can then go out and find a PWBA regional to bowl, where you say, okay, here's what I learned. I'm going to take these items and apply them in regional competition to help further develop my skills along with other players trying to do the same things, and see what happens. And game 4 is in the books. Looking across the diamond, if you will. Let's see Laura Clevenger. Now we've got an upset Angie Ramirez stopping by the booth. It's raining, so she got wet. Angie Ramirez is here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get her set up to chat with you, and we'll be back momentarily. Game 5 is on the way on Bowl TV. Well, it is officially raining. Hopefully, these players will be able to rain some strikes down here in North Rock Lanes. This is game 5, and for some, it is the final game of qualifying. For many, they hope that it's certainly not. Missy Parkin at plus 56. One of those players who needs a good game here to help solidify and increase that number. Make sure she is into match play. Rocio Restrepo is another at plus 35. It's one of those things where no lead is kind of safe, although we're not talking about leads, but really no number is safe. Even the plus 101s, like Verity Crawley, for example, you just never know what's going to happen. Shannon O'Keefe, Megan Nisley, and Rocio Restrepo again on 29 and 30. Susie Menino, Verity Crawley, Lauren Plazas, who had a great day yesterday, and again, Missy Parkin on 27 and 28. Some good lanes, some good players to end our first round of coverage on day 3. And now we welcome in Angie Ramirez to the Bowl TV booth. I was giving her some trouble, I will admit, because she said she would be here at 10. But she let me know ahead of time that she was on her way to Panera. Even offered to, grab some food for me. So I'll let her slide on the, and it's raining, so I guess it all ended up working out in her favor. But Angie, how you doing?
Good, Emil. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing well. Your week started off quite well also at plus 120. And then what happened yesterday on the lanes for you? And kind of how's the week going at this point?
Yeah, so even the first day, I was just kind of there in the 2 teens too. I was kind of being patient. And then the last game, I was lucky enough to shoot 278, which was great. And then yesterday, I started also 190, 192 to teen. And then I shot 250 the last game. So just being patient, hoping for the good pairs. I haven't made a lot of ball changes because I feel I'm close. I'm very, very close. So it can be just like if I'm a little firm and stuff. Maybe another ball will allow me a little bit more room, but it's just a ball I trust a lot. So I've just been trying to focus on execution more than anything else.
Angie will enter competition. She will be bowling next. Bowling the Burn squad today. And so your first time on the Burn.
Yes.
Any early thoughts? Did you come in, or are you coming in obviously with a game plan and trying to look at, what other lefties are doing, certainly, at this point?
Yes. I discussed it the first day a little bit in the interview. What I'm more focused on is knowing if there is a lefty I'm following on that pair, or how many, if somebody started there, if the reps know if they used a bunch of surface or if they're using urethane. And also, I've been going to Steve before every single game to ask him about topography. So, I don't want to be worried about the graphs and stuff. I'm just going to go every game to you and ask you what that pair, if it's tighter or not and stuff. Because I feel for lefties, and even when we're playing outside, that's more important than anything else.
Okay. All right, I like that.
And then for a little game plan today, I've been using two-inch pins balls the past 2 days. So for the burn towards the end, I feel I have to move my feet a little right, and my ball loses a little bit of energy, the one I'm using. So we drilled an IQ Tour. I think it was 2.5 or 3-inch pin, but still laid down. So that means with the CG on my grip, the middle of my grip lane. So to maybe allow me to still be a little left and have something that stores a little bit more energy.
I like this plan. I like
Hopefully
this
it
plan.
works.
Well, it's been, plus 177, certainly nothing to hang your head about and be too shabby. But as I said, it's almost like no number is ever safe.
Oh, yeah.
Until qualifying is
And
complete.
especially with the scores of B squads, because they have been so high. So you just never know how much it could jump. Or it could be a bad squad too, and then they'll drop a lot. Like, yeah, you never know. Just get every single pin you can.
Here is Restrepo. Nice shot.
Yeah, I think the cut right now is plus 35. Oh, we went, yeah, plus 35 right now. Obviously with 2 more squads missing, but she's that number. So I would think if she gets to 50s, 60s, you would make it a little better. Same as Missy. Missy's also plus 56. So a good game from both of them could give them a chance. Still never know, but give them a chance. In the 30s might be a little bit on the bubble. You never know.
I was talking about myself and trying to figure out how I would handle bowling early, like this squad, and then, thinking that this number might hold up and then having to wait.
Oh, and then.
Have you been in this situation before? Not
I
necessarily
don't
with
think
this
so.
event,
I've actually
but
never made the cut in the queens. I
today's
bowled.
okay. Well, you're changing that this
I
week.
bowled. I sure hope so. And I bowled this only I think my 3rd queens. I haven't bowled many of them. But so definitely like a good motivation to start the week. And especially with a good day to start, just for maintaining. So today I'm just focused on doing the cut. Doesn't really matter where because it's a brand new tournament.
Yep.
So that's the main focus. Good shots. And hope the pin fold.
Last week, you were part of Team Colombia, and tell the folks where you were, where you competed.
I was in Costa Rica. I actually almost didn't bowl this because of that. Because, a lot of people might not know I have a full-time job doing software development, so it's a little hard to take back-to-back weeks off. So, but I was able to work it out, especially because I'm working half days when I'm here. So yesterday, Gary Holzenberg asked me in an interview for Storm. He was like, "So what did you do after A Squad on Thursday, 8 a.m. and then not having to bowl at 5 p.m. I was like, well, I was literally in front of a computer, so I didn't really think much about bowling or anything. I was working, and I think that's what allows me. My work has been great, but I think them noticing, like, okay, she's even bowling, but as soon as she's done bowling, she gets on the computer. That's even, like, more reassuring to them that I could be responsible when I'm out here. So working on it, maybe, who knows, next year, in a couple of years, I can be full-time while still having my full-time job. Working on that.
Yeah, it's rare that I was talking to Amanda Falk last night, and it's the end of their school year. She's a teacher, and it's the end of their school year, and she was able to get the week off, essentially. But I found out later in the conversation that she won Teacher of the Year at her school.
Oh,
and then
nice.
I said, well, it's probably why they gave you the,
The week off.
week off, because you're pretty good at what you do. So I'm imagining that you are in that same boat. You're pretty good at what you do. So
I'm hoping so. I actually have. It was funny because I had an idea with the marketing director at work, and we did a jersey with the logo of the company, and I wore it when I was in Germany. And we sent a picture to, like, we use Slack, so we sent, like, the picture to the company and, like, the CEO. So he was like, okay, make sure to ask the CFO for some money for this, so we can sponsor you. So maybe I can work something out. Like, it's just being really patient and responsible for now, but hoping for better things in the future.
we're joined by Angie Ramirez from Team Colombia, as she just described bowling. This is your first event this year, right?
Yes.
First event this year, of course. We just talked about her role and what she does when she's not bowling, which is consumed most of her time. We miss her out on tour, but we certainly understand that work comes first. So what's it like to just kind of be back in this atmosphere, though?
Oh, it was great. Like, the first day, even in practice, just seeing everybody, like, oh my God, I miss this. And everybody's like, oh, we miss you here. How are you? And stuff. And so that for sure gave me a little heartache. I was like, oh, I miss being here. But if I can work on something that's going to allow me to do both things later on, that's definitely my goal. But I would love to be here more. The main thing is because tour stops, I would have to take the whole Friday off because we bowl morning and night. So here, and for Team Colombia events, we bowl for 4 or 5 hours in the day, so then the rest of the day I can work. So that it's simply time off, PTO time that I can allot. So, and even they've been great. I think last year it took like 5 weeks. This year I'm planning to take 7 weeks, like where I'm gonna be remote or something, and they're fine with that. So I cannot complain about that. We have Worlds later this year that is 2 weeks, and then we have National Games that is every 4 years in Colombia, and we have to be there for 3 weeks. Then I'm back for a week, and then I have to go back to trials. So it's just a lot going on, but working towards hopefully changing that soon, because I definitely miss being out here.
Good start for Missy Parkin. How about that?
Great shot. I think Rocio's having a little trouble in the right lane, but she would need, I feel like, a 3-4 bagger to help her get a few more pins. Yeah, so right now is 29 because Shannon's in the cut. Way up in the cut.
Yeah, it's
160 over today for 4.
Shannon could end up leading.
Nice.
Right now she is second behind Shannon Sellens, and we've talked about the success that Sellens has had throughout the week. But again, yeah, Shannon plus 159 for 4 games. Now at plus 327 overall, plus 352 is currently Shannon Sellens, and that is your overall leader. Stephanie Johnson has gotten to plus 302. She is 104 over for the day.
I love Verity's game. I wish I could look that smooth.
What do you like about it?
Her release is just amazing. I think it's one of my favorite releases on tour, and he's so effortless. It's just, I don't know, high backswing, high power, everything, and still manages to be super smooth at the bottom. So that's something that's really to admire.
Decent shot there for Menino at minus 196. Crawley at plus 101. She is currently right in the middle of the pack, literally 32nd at plus 101, which, again, if she can remain certainly even at the very least, that should feel pretty comfortable about a plus 100 number. Restrepo, as we just talked about, is in the danger zone. 62nd currently, and at plus 35. Plus 35 for Roa at the moment.
She's been having a couple rough months, having some health issues, some kidney stones, I believe. She had a little surgery before Germany, so she's been getting back. I know we had a few talks. So we were in Costa Rica last week for Central American Championships. So it was Clara, Maria, Rocio, Laura, that we can see here in the live stream too, Laura Plazas, and myself. And she's still having a little bit of health issues, so she feels a little weak. She feels that she's been away from the gym for a while, so all that plays a little role.
And Ro is a gym warrior.
Yes, for sure. She is the gym warrior from our team for sure. But we're wishing her a speed recovery, and we know what she can do and what she's capable of, so she'll be back in no time.
100%. And still's got 3 frames left. She can get to 216.
I think that would be a very good number. This is doing great too.
Parkin not wasting any time right now. Bowling on 27 and 28, and down lane, the last banner, the end of the masking unit where the number 28 is, that is the Missy Parkin Champions banner for the USBC Queens in 2011. And right now it's working to perfection. Here's Crawley and Verity. He's a 3.610. So I mentioned, of course, Angie is here. Hopefully, the good folks of Bowl TV Land may have thought of a question or two for Miss Angie here, and if you do, and it's cool, I will ask her that question on your behalf. Let's take a look at other players that are near the number bowling. Taylor Boltice is 63rd at plus 34. She is competing. That's got a hook. Yikes. 2-4-8-10 there for Rocio. I saw this made actually twice on 27 and 28 yesterday from Shannon Grimm, a McKendree University student. She told me after the fact that she made it again earlier. So we know it can be made.
Oh, nice spare there.
And
Those are the best when you hit the pins like that, because it's like, well, I missed it. It's like, oh, thank God.
Katie Thornton has gone 279, 224 to get to plus 18.
Ooh, another big game. She could be there.
And, hey, I said, you know, if you can go 230, 230. She was -6 after the 279 game. Hallie Tatro trying to get there. Rowe will get the count.
31-91. I mean, that's still 26 over. That could be a round. You never know. Because they may go a little bit high with B squad. Well, with A squad bowling at noon, but then still we have another fresh. And I felt like the 5 p.m. fresh was super tight on lane. Like my bowl was just not going through the pins the same. So it can be tricky.
Hallie Tatro is plus 43 and 56. She too trying to hang around the number. She is on 23 and 24 if you're curious. And we just talked about, of course, Missy Parkin. She will take a re-rack here at plus 56. Andrea Petraglia has bowled well this week. She's got one more game to go, right now at plus 71. So all players I'm mentioning right now are either bowling and in the cut. And
Now that I just saw Bree's name, Brianna Cote, I found out last night she throws 14.
yes.
I had no clue. So that was interesting. We had a nice night last night after bowling. We went to
Yeah, what'd you do?
Maria's and Nathan's hotel room.
Okay.
And we had Maria cooked burgers for us.
Really?
Yeah. And we started watching old TV shows, old collegiate TV shows.
Really? Where'd you
So
watch
we
them at?
watch on YouTube. We watched the 2011 ITC's championship that we bowled Lindenwood. Because not too long ago, I think, was it PWBA or Maria posted something for her last shot in that championship. Oh my God. That was amazing. So we watched that. We were with Caroline Lagrange too. So we watched their 2005 TV show, Wichita, West Texas. So Tina Stickney, Tina Williams was there, and it was lots of fun. Anita was in that TV show, so I was like texting Anita and Tina last night and sending pictures of their old selves. It was a good night.
You're so choked up over there.
Choking on my smoothie. Clara was in that TV show too. And actually you can watch on Bold TV. They have the Bold section. You can watch the TV shows in there as well. Clara, it was great. It was a fun thing to watch. And
You know I'm on the vault too.
what? Where?
Yeah, I'll tell you. The
Which year?
05,
I'll look for it.
2005. You'll laugh.
Oh, the men's. We watched the women's.
Yeah, you'll laugh.
I'm gonna be looking at that
That's funny.
after bowling. I'm gonna be sending you pictures of your young self.
Every now and then I need a reminder.
That is great to have all those memories stored somewhere where we can go watch them. So, Bowl TV and their channels, The Vault. Go watch some old TV shows in there, collegiate and professional.
Yeah, we got collegiate, PWBA, some Team USA, and some World Team Challenge.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do they still do it?
No.
No.
Not currently, no. But,
yeah, but like 2013, 14 was maybe the last one.
To relive, and there's some late 90s, actually all of the 90s, almost just about.
Wow. That's
Parking.
amazing. Bowl TV is just getting better by the day. That's awesome. So go subscribe.
5 in a row for Missy. Rowe went 6 spare in the 9th. And realistically,
Missy doing great this game.
all in the 10th here. For Rowe to have a resemblance of opportunity. 3, 6, 9, 10. Plazas at plus 131. Had a very nice day yesterday on during the burn squad.
She was my roommate last week for Team Columbia. Not a strike for Ali. Spare 5 bagger at plus 43. That's going to be really good.
I have one question for you, or 2 questions really. One's that spare, the sometimes head pin wraps around the the 7 or the 10, whichever one you're shooting at, if you're right-handed or left-handed. Another good shot there for Shannon O'Keefe. Shannon's going to be in the 2 teens here. Rowe made the spare.
For Michael's question, how much fun I'm having. So actually this winter was the first time I've ever bowled league. I've never bowled league before. We don't have leagues like you guys do here in Colombia. Little fun fact too, we don't have house shots in Colombia. We only bowl on sport shots.
Really?
Like house shot just doesn't exist.
Wow. Okay.
It's just WTBA patterns. So I decided to bowl my first league because I was not out here every weekend on tour. I was not going to be on tour and stuff. And still for Team Colombia, I wanted something to give some kind of competition during the week because I still travel during the weekends. I still bowl a bunch of stuff around Texas during the weekends. But I still wanted like a little more during the weeks. And then I started betting team from Austin, Texas every week. And I think we're like at 7-2 or something. And it's funny. It's hilarious every week. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great group of people, meeting a lot of people from the Austin area because I used to just go to the bowling center to practice and to a pro shop, and I didn't know any of the local bowlers. So it's been a great fun experience. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it next winter.
Final shot for Restrepo. O'Keefe shoots 215. That's what she was looking for. 167 drops it at +2. You never know.
I mean, yeah.
You never know.
That's for sure.
Shot there from Plazas. Another question for you. This one's from Kenneth. He would like to know how to maintain proper rev rate as you increase ball speed. He says he always loses revs when he tries to increase his ball speed, and he's also left-handed.
That's a good question. I think I probably still lose some rev rate too when I try to throw it harder. And actually, I've been working the past few months on throwing it slower. But I think just make sure you're doing drills for your release, so that way you still have a good feel when you increase your speed. I think it depends how much more you want to increase your speed. Like if it's just to have it available for versatility, or if it's just your speed in general is too low. I would work first in the speed, and then once you are consistently doing the higher speed, then working on increasing your rev rate. I think both things at the same time might be a little tricky to do, but working on one, I usually just work on one thing at a time. Then once I feel comfortable and I have like the muscle memory for that, then I start adding other things onto it.
That's a good piece of advice right there. One at a time.
For sure in bowling, because you just need to focus on one thing at a time to actually master it.
Well, Verity looks like certainly have done enough here to be cool heading into match play tomorrow. So has Missy Parkin, trying to put a stamp on it here in Game 5, as is Ali Tatro.
6-bagger, there's
Wants to leave nothing left unturned.
Their wedding pictures were beautiful. I think they went somewhere in Arkansas or something. Racetrack Valley. Spare 7-bagger. Good start and to secure your spot for match play. Now there's another one that it's amazing to watch. A little tiny bit. Hooks the ball more than anyone on our team.
You mentioned the conversation you had with Bree and learning that she throws 14 pounds. One of the common questions we get in the chat specifically on this tour is what ball weights are most common amongst players. So what do you throw?
I throw 15, but special fact, I threw 16 for 4 years. So, that was, I started throwing 16 like 2012, 2013, maybe around there. And that was with an objective, and it was to get my backswing lower. So if you guys go to the Bolt and look for some of those collegiate videos of me, I had a much higher backswing. So doing that and timing, that's how we were able to get my backswing lower. I threw 16 pounds, no grips for 4 years.
Wow.
Yep. So I mean, it can vary. I don't know if Jody still uses, because when I was here in tour, my first year in tour, Jody and I were the only ones that were throwing 16 pounds. And then I found out Shannon Sellens and Bree and Caroline Lagrange, they throw 14 pounds. So I mean, it can vary, whatever's comfortable for you. Some people feel if they go up, they might lose a little bit of rev rate. I actually felt with 16 I would get a little bit more hits, and I like that. But after a while, it kind of took a toll on my wrist, so I went back. And the one we have in front of us, Missy, still 16 pounds strong. So it can vary, depends on the person. Don't be afraid to try it. You never know, you might like it.
213 from Plazas. Missy stepping up here. First shot, 10th frame.
Great shot.
Well, they look pretty good right now.
She's going to get to 100, so she's more than safe.
They look pretty good right now for this upcoming Burn squad here.
Yeah, I think because the first day, like, A squad kind of bowled everywhere, like, whatever everybody felt comfortable, then a lot of people felt it was better to be further right, so yesterday was a little better, and scores were super high for B squad. So, for example, that's one example, what I feel like. So something's building up on the right for the righties, so we don't have that, so that's why my focus is completely different. I don't worry about like if something's building up on them, because it's not the same for me. So I need to focus on the things that matter and impact my game.
So if your order, the checklist for you when you step up and get ready to bowl is what? In the order of which you're kind of dissecting the things that you need to focus on.
Maybe a little long, and you guys have noticed. But no, so once I actually, like before I get up, it's just using the grip sack and everything just to make sure my hand's dry, my hand feels good, my thumb feels good. I actually have had some swelling issues here. Yesterday in the middle of the block, I had to take 2 pieces of tape out, which that never happens. So, so once I'm actually in the approach, the main things I'm focusing on this week is keep my legs under me, because I'm working on being slower. So when I get comfortable, I start, my feet get too fast. Ooh, nice spread.
That's there for good measure for Parkin. 255.
111. It's a good way to finish, and Ali still has spare 8-bagger.
She's got 290 max.
Doing great.
And by the way, if you want to check out Allie, she is on 23 and 24. That would be lanes 23 through 26 in that regard to that channel. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm right. 23 to 26. We will keep it going because Angie will finish her question, and then we'll kind of keep an eye on Allie before we depart. Go ahead.
Where was I? Okay, so keeping my legs under me. That's the main one. Slow. So because I've been working on slow, I actually been working with Wes a lot for the past few months back in Austin because I felt I wanted to work with somebody that could see me on a regular basis. I worked before with a lot of great coaches, but just like the videos and stuff, it's a little harder. So I had a talk with Wes. I was like, okay, I need you to help me. And we've been working on that, and it's fun. We have a great relationship, and he's really straightforward with a lot of things. So that's good, too. So keeping my legs under me, slow, and smooth release. That's what I'm focusing on for this week because I feel if I get a little firmer and I'm so outside, like yesterday I got her and it was so shot, I just got fast. So it's good that it's easier to recognize that now, the shots I get faster or that I'm a little firmer. So that's legs under me, slow, smooth release. That's what's going on in my mind as soon as I stand up in the approach.
Rachel Albright, who was at +2, is on that pair with Ali Tatro. Shoots 227 to get to +29, which
Ooh, that might be for a chance.
that could hang around for a little bit. That was the number coming into this final game. It was +29.
I like Ali's logo. Can you put that there now from here?
No, but it is available on Bowl TV.
So go to
Are you
so you can
referring
check
to
her logo on the rotor
back?
grip.
Okay.
In the front. She has the star and the leaves. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, go check it out on 2324.
Tatro stepping up. What a block here for Tatro. And for Ali, she
What was
was
she?
just kind of keeping it cool. 197, 177, then 258. And then she shot 169, which left her at just +1 after
so that
4.
yeah, that's a good comeback. After being at +80 and dropping, so that's great.
Tatro is just about ensured some extended play. Again, A squad is coming up next on the Burn. It will take place at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And for Darrell earlier from Australia, that should be 3 a.m. Melbourne time, according to Google. Everyone watching Tatro.
Great shot.
You can tell who is from or, either went to Wichita State. A lot of support for past and current Shockers, and as they should, certainly. That Ali and both her husband Kevin still live in Wichita. Ali, I'm pretty sure originally from Southern California. And I believe she might be the last shot here.
Building up.
A lot of folks probably paying attention to where she's playing right now because they're about to step right on the pairs here in an hour.
Oh. 290.
Nicely done.
She's like, okay.
Nicely done. 290 to get to +133 for Ali Tatro. She's going to take a moment. A little emotional to do what she just did. That I think that'll get her in the match play.
Yeah. 133. Yeah, from 43 and being maybe right around the number to being way in the number.
Tomorrow morning. Coming up next,
That's good. And we had Missy with finishing up. Verdi also finished with 230.
so stay tuned. We'll be back here.
Laura 213 to everybody we had in front. Had some good games.
Well, that'll do it. I know you've got a bowl. You've got to get prepared.
I do. Thank you for having me. Sorry I was late.
Oh, it's all good.
I'll say here in front of everybody, if you need me this afternoon, I'll be back.
Okay.
Doing some company.
Well, then I'm
I'll
going to
take the
count
other
on
half
you.
hour.
I'm going to count on you.
Okay.
Appreciate
perfect.
your questions, and we'll let Angie get on out of here so she can get prepared, and we will get out of here as well. Next squad coming up in 1 hour, 1 hour from now, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Time here on BowlTV.com. For Jason Thomas, Aaron Smith, Curtis Von Kruger, Tennille Milligan, Kathy Waka, and the great staff here at North Rock Lanes. And my name is Emil Williams Jr. I'll see you in 1 hour. Burn Squad, A Squad hits the lanes here on BowlTV.com. Check PWBA.com/live and Bowl.com/Queens for all of your results. We'll see you in a bit.